सर्वेभ्यः आपादमौलिपर्यन्तां गुरूणाम् आकृतिं स्मरेत् तेन विघ्नप्रणश्यन्ति सिद्धन्ति च मनोरथः लक्ष्मीं तनोतु नितरामितरानपेक्षमङ्गृद्वयं निगमशाकिशिखाप्रवालं हैरम्बमम्बुरुहडम्बरचौर्यनिग्रं विघ्नाद्रिभेदशतधारधुरन्तरन्नः सर्वेषां स्वागतम्. We were doing Varna Vichara and we had completed the Tavarga. So the last of the Vargiya Vyanjanas. So the next Varga, that is the last Varga, is Pavarga. So Pavarga, again similar to what we have seen for the other Vargas. Pavarga is represented by Pa plus U, Pu. So wherever for the sake of sutras we see Pu, we have to understand that it includes all the 5 Varnas. So that is Pa. This is Alpa Prana. We just draw a it is like a pitchfork, only 2 prongs, that's all. So we draw one U, we extend that U down like this with one stick. So this is Pa, this is Alpa Prana. Then the second Varna is Pha, Mahaprana. So forceful exhalation. For this, we draw, it is similar to the swastik without the spokes. So we start with similar to a chair, we draw a line and then we just cross it plus, and then we put a cap to it. Pa, pha. Then we have again Alpa Prana Ba. So for that, this is, we have to understand that there is a line in between over here. So we draw a line. First we draw a horizontal O and we cross it. Then we draw one line to support it. This is Ba. This is Alpa Prana. Mahaprana Bha. So that Bha is so this is while drawing those Rangoli, we make that pattern. Make a small O, bring it down, cross it once, take another O, and then you bring it like an L, a fancy L, and then support that L with a line, and then put a cap only on that line. Or we can actually extend this to the whole Bh. Pa, 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 pha, ba, bha. And the last one, the reason why we have to be careful with this is because the next Varna is Ma, which is very similar to this, which doesn't have any circles as such. That is, there is no round parts, just corners are sharp. Here, Pa was purely U. So the corners are all curved. But over here, Pha has these fancy circles at the ends. Ma doesn't have any such. It, however, crosses a little bit over here. That is, we don't give gap. It goes like this. So Ma is similar, but there is no circle. Ma. Same way, without Swarasa Yoga, it is represented with this line. So, b, h, b, bh, m. So this is called as the Varnas of pavarga. So wherever pu is given, all five of them has to be considered. Then when we add our swaras, what happens if we add R to it? How do I write a? 3, and then I take one line after it, connect it with a tail, it is a. So per plus a, per. No changes in the aksharas, just this will go away, that's all. For a. Akara, one line comes after pa. Pa. Ikara, after writing normal pa, u plus one line. On the right end, we have to give a Gangadhara. And then if I give it to the left, it is Dirgha. It is P. Then if I have to give it, or if I add Ukara to it, Rasva, then I twist the Pada to the right side. Pu. If I twist it to the left side, it becomes Pu. If I have to add Rakara to it, then one C at the end. A, P, I give it one feather. Then O, O, one staff and one feather. Now, why there is no I over here or Dirgha? It's primarily because we don't have any words starting over there. So it comes somewhere in between. So we can see Prithvi is for Pr. Then there is no Pr. That also is included in the expressions. However, there are no words starting from it. That's all. And then pay. Pi also, we don't find any of the words. Very rare. Then we have po. Pau. Pau, we give it a staff and two feathers. These are the symbols that we need to remember for all the expressions. So for akara, there is no additions. For akara, in the right, this is the varna. And then there is on the right side, we have one line. And then ikara, we get this. On the right side, there is a Gangadhara. And then E is on the left side. U is the pada turns to the right. U is, it is left. And then R is one simple C. And then R is two C's. And then A is, we have one feather. I is, we have two feather. O is, we have one staff to the left and one feather. Au is, we have the stick. We have a stick and we have two feathers. Au. So these are the symbols for each of the varnas, each of the swaras. So whenever any of the vyanjanas get swara sayoga, they get these symbols. And these are what we call as Ganitakshara. It gets added. The Ganas gets added. So now Pau. Then Mahaprana Kha. So take a chair, we cross it, and then we put a line, a cap to it. So this is forceful exhalation. If I add E to it, that is Haswa E, then I have to give it a Angadhar on the right side, right to that particular Akshara. That is the reason I said right. Then if I have to give it Ukara, that Ukara is Haswa. I turn this to the right side. Then Ekara, give it one feather. So this is The. Phenaha. Phenaha is foam. Then next Akshara is Bakara, which is Alpa Prana. So first comes this horizontal 0 or O, then we cross it, cancel it. Then we give a line to it. So it is first this particular O, cross it, and then I give the line to it. Then I give a cap to it. I give one roof to it. So this is Ba. Bahihi, Balam, Balaha. Balaha, we go for Akara. A is Dirgha. Aswa, Dirgha, Alpa, Alpa Prana, Mahaprana. So this is Alpa Prana, and then this is Dirgha. So these are the different combinations. A Varna, how do we categorize them? There are different nature has been divided into different things. So first we learnt about two things. First one was Swara. Swara. And then Vyanjana. What we are doing now is Vyanjana. Among the Vyanjanas, we have two different categorizations. Once again, Vargiya Vyanjana, Avargiya Vyanjana. So, in Vargiya Vyanjana, this is the last Varga, Bala. So, now in Swaras, we have again two parts. What are the two parts? It is Haswa and Dirgha. Akara, Akara. Ikara, Ikara. Ukara, Ukara. A, E, and U are Haswa. A, E, U are Dirgha. So now when I add all these things to Vyanjanas, Vyanjanas also have two kinds of pronunciation. This is based on pronunciation. So in Vyanjanas, there are two kinds of pronunciation, that is Alpa Prana, Mahaprana. So Alpa Prana can get added to, Alpa Prana can get added to two kinds of swaras. That is going to be Hraswa and then Dirgha. Dirgha. So we can have Alpa Prana and then Hraswa. We can have Alpa Prana and Dirgha. In the same way, this is E. Alpa Prana, this is not changing, and then Hrasva. This is Alpa Prana, Dirgha, Ikara. Then this is Alpa Prana, Hrasva. Alpa Prana, Dirgha. So, Ba, Ba, B, B, Bu, Bu, Br. We have Br also. And then Be. This is always going to be in Sanskritam, it is always going to be long only. A is always a long vowel. It is always dirgha. Then Bo also long only. So a stick and then one feather. Bodhanam. Then Au. Au. Then Bha. This is Mahaprana. This is Mahaprana. Again, Mahaprana, because of how we are going to add the swaras, it gets what? It gets same kind of samskara. It gets either rasva or it gets dirgha. So we have bha, which is Mahaprana plus rasva. This is Mahaprana plus dirgha. Bha. So one line. Bhi. Bhi. This is Mahaprana and dirgha. Bhu. Mahaprana rasva. Bhu. Mahaprana dirgha. Bhr. Bhr. Bhe. One feather. Bhai. Two feathers. Bho. Why bho? Because it is always dirgha. Bhau. Also dirgha. Last varna of this Vargiya Vyanjana. Pa, pha, bha, pha, ma, ma, makara. Ma, ma. For ma, we put one line and then we cover it. Me. Right side, it gets one. Gangadhar. Left side, if it gets, it is me. Mu. Mu. Mr. One C in the end. 2C. Mr. Mr. Me. Megha. My. Mo. One stick and one feather. One stick, two feathers. Mau. Maunam. So these are the expressions of the Vargiya Vyanjanas. So what we have to understand is there are two parts of Vyanjanas, Vargiya, Avargiya. Vargiya, which can be categorized. Avargiya, which cannot be categorized. Which cannot be categorized means it is not that there is no bifurcation or any such thing. There is still bifurcation. There is Antasthaha and Ushmanaha. So Antasthaha are the first four and then Ushmanaha are the second four. There are totally 8 Avargiya Vyanjanas, but they are not equivalent to the Vargas that we have done in the other parts. That is Kavarga, all the Varga, Kavarga, Chavarga, Tavarga, Tavarga and Pavarga. We have 2 Karkasha Vyanjanas, 2 Mrudu Vyanjanas and 1 Anunasika Swara. K, Kh, both of them are Karkasha Vyanjanas. G, Gha or Mrudu Vyanjanas, soft consonants. And then, and Ny, Ny is the last fifth letter is Anuswara. So this particular kind of arrangement is not available for Avargiya Vyanjanas, and therefore we have to categorize them separately as Avargiya Vyanjanas. So Avargiya Vyanjanas are total 8 in number. Vargiya Vyanjanas, there are 5 Vargas, each containing 5 letters. So there are 25 in number. For Avargiya Vyanjanas, the first one is called as Yakara. Ya. It is similar to pa, but instead of a straight U, it goes a little J type. It is like a hook. We try to draw a hook and then we try to bring it back. So this again, we have to remember for the Mahaprana Thakara, there is a circle and then there is a hook. For normal Yakara, we just do a similar to a Y, but we put a cap on it. This is Yakara. Again, Yakara is also going to be expressed. Here there is no Mahaprana. That is the reason instead of Alpa Prana and Mahaprana, this is Antastha and Ushmana. This is Yakara. Ya is with Akara, Dirgha Akara. This is again Yi. When I give the symbol for Yi, it gets a Gangadhara on the right side of the Akshara. Yi. This is Dirgha. Asva Dirgha. Then Yakara gets a U on the right side, U on the left side. Rikara, one small c. If I want Ya plus, again, these are extremely difficult words to pronounce, so there are no words. Here, if you see the example given also, it is view, it actually starts from Vakara. Vrud, Viruddhi. Va plus Ya plus R. So this again is not exactly considered. We don't have words starting from them, so they're not that important. Ekara, Ye, Ya plus A, Yo, Ya plus O, and then we have Ya plus Au, Yau. Then we have Rakara. The 4 that we have, the first category Antastha is Ya, Ra, La, and then Va. So Ya we know is like a Y, and then we put a cap. Ra is basically a rupee symbol. So now we know where the rupee symbol actually gets. It's actually from Devanagari. So the rupee symbol is nothing but Rakara, and then there is one uh, cross over here. This is our rupee symbol. So this is Ra. R is also very famous because Rama starts over there. So Ra. La. La is basically a pada. You know how we draw pada for any of the pets. So it is like that. Or it is a scratch. Just draw two small hills. And then we take a big line. We give it a cap. This is called as la. Va. Va again is very similar to our first ba. That is Alpa Prana ba. So for this, we take a horizontal O and then we give it a line. There is no cancellation. There was cancellation. That is the reason it is very important to note how to write it. So if I do this, this is ba. If I do this, this is va. This is the difference. Again, the same symbolization, if I don't give this swara sayoga, addition of swara, then it is represented by this line at the bottom. Therefore, it is ya, r, l, v. When I give it Swarasa Yoga, it gets expressed into all those swaras. Ya plus A is Ya. Ya plus A is Ya. So in the same way, R plus A is Ra. Ra is R plus A. Therefore, I get Ra. Same way, R plus E is Re. R plus E is Re. R plus U is R. For this special, the turning of the, usually the symbolization is like this, right? For all the Hraswa Ukara. For this Ra, it gets a hand patted down, or we can say there is one hook provided like this for Rakara. And then the same for U, that is Dirgha Ukara. Whatever we did in the end, we usually have used to do this for the Dirgha Ukara, that we do to the side. That's all. This is R. This is R plus R. This is special basically because there are two refhas over here. So Rakara is also half, Rakara is called as refa. So R plus, now when I add the Rakara to it, there is an R. It generates a lot of this thing. So this is special in itself. So therefore it is represented through normal R. This is normal row, as in this is nothing but the hraswa. But here we give it a hook on the top. This is rarely used because this particular akshara, nothing starts with it, and it rarely has something used with it. I mean, it is not used in the middle of any words also. It is very rarely used. Actually, it is not used. We don't find anything relevant to this. So either way, this is special akshara because usually we are expressing all the vyanjanas in the swara forms. When we express it, this also the question occurs whether it is correct or not. So it is re, rekha, repha. Then I, two feathers. O, one stick and a feather. Then the next varna is lakara. So lakara is nothing but two small hills and one cover. We are also on small hills like this. Give it a line and then give it a roof. L. So la gets akara. Akara is la. Li. Li. Lu. Lu. This all, nothing changes. The symbols are same. Le. Lai. Lo. Lau. Then we have Vakara. Vakara also gets expressed in the same way. Va, vi, vi, vr, vr, vi, vai, vo, vau. And the next four are Ushmana. Sh, sh, Sa, ha. Simple. So first sha is nothing but the we have learnt the ankas, but okay, now since that we have not gone through that, it is like our two English two, and then we put a line, and then we put one line to connect them on the roof on the top. Then we have shakara, which is similar to pa. Put a u, then put a line, but cancel that u. So then it becomes sh. So sh, sh. Sa is nothing but ra and one line, but this is connected in between. This is sa. Ha is a little special. Ha, we draw one line and then we make an S. Then we, in the bottom of that S, we give it one more support to it. So this is Ha. All of them gets the same expressions. Normal, if we add the Hraswa it is expressed like this. In case there is no Swarasa Yoga, all of them get this line at the bottom. Sh, sh, sa, ha. Sh, sh, sa, ha. Akara, sha. Ikara, shi. Ikara, shi. Ukara, shu. Ukara, shu. For shri alone, shri and shri, we go on, it changes a little bit. What is that? It is like that ribbon. I make a ribbon like this, and then I put this. Actually, it is not necessary that we follow this itself. It can be like this also. By a normal standard, by writing, it can be like this also. But in the texts, that is in the scriptures, it is used in this form. So to identify it, we have to write it like this. So it is nothing but a ribbon, and then Rikara gets is through expressed through on this stick. Shri, two C's. She, nothing new, one feather. Shy, two feather. Show, a stick and a feather. Show, a stick and two feather. Nothing changes over here. Then we have the other shakara. The difference we will learn it when we go to the Ucharana sthanas. So here, this is nothing but a P, pakara, then cancel it. A U, and then you cancel that U and then put a roof. Then sha, akara. This is ikara. And then she, ikara. Then we have ukara, shu, ukara, she, ekara, show. Then we go for the next letter. Sakara. We write a ra and then we connect it. We give it one like a. For a, we do a three and then we give it a support through one line, right? So like that, we do that here. The top, however, the roof connects both the ends. So sa, sa, akara, si, si, su. No changes in the symbols over here. Su. The focus should be on learning these symbols because the words we will see what they are when we are able to identify it. A, say, so, so. Hakara. Hakara, again, there's one S and then we cover that S. One S, we cover this S. It is half S actually. So half S and then we cover the S from the other side. Ha. And then he. He. Who. Who. Hr. Here, no, it doesn't come over here. The C doesn't come over here. It comes inside. Sahr. All the additions for her, wherever it has to come in the end, no, it comes over here. We will see later on. Now, for her, that C comes inside. Then we have A, feather, no change. High, two feathers. Ho, stick and one feather. So with that, we complete the Parichaya. This is Varna Vichara, the introduction to all the Aksharas. So this again, the book is pretty useful for practice. So this can be taken up and then completed. This after we complete and we will go through the basic introduction is done. We will see the vargas of each of the Aksharas. So that we will see. Astu. Let us conclude the class. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः प्रतिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहिषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. I think it got